Commando Dum Dum Dugan, like Captain America, is currently living in modern times despite having served in World War II. He is also an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. now, which means he has a unique situation before him for recruitment into a special operation. In particular, this operation is being headed by Howard the Duck. Armor's research into other universes, particularly those of the zombie bent, has led them to discover one where the Nazis won World War II. By becoming zombies! What's worse, the Nazi zombies plan to use a cross-dimensional battleship powered by a reality-shattering super engine to invade the normal Marvel universe, conquer it, and then eat it. Naturally, this is not acceptable to Howard or anyone else at Armor. Dum Dum Dugan is reluctant to once again sacrifice everything for king and country when he's lost everyone he's ever known and loved, but fortunately he has a friend to convince him otherwise. Battlestar! Yes, the same hero from Marvel Zombie Supreme. It seems we need someone with experience against the zombie hordes, although they're not bringing a small team at all. Howard the Duck has assembled his Ducky Dozen to travel into the other universe. While most of them are cannon fodder, it should be noted that one of their numbers includes not only a robot with an eternal brain, but also Blazing Skull, aka I want to be Ghost Rider so I have lit my skull on fire. Also, a lion man named Gur who is zombified almost immediately. But yes, they travel to this other world and engage the enemy right away, including zombie versions of the invaders, minus Captain America. They begin losing team members fast, unfortunately, but the dead are replaced by the Suffragists, a group of World War II-era heroines, including Miss America, Libertas, Columbia, and Riveter. God bless America, my home and native country! Meeting up with a defecting Nazi scientist named Zephyr Zog, he explains to them how the Nazis won the war. When things seemed at their lowest, the Nazis were desperate to get in contact with the Norse gods, assuming they would favor their campaign. Baron von Strucker and his party went to Tibet, discovering instead a dark lama who gave them the Death Spore flower, grown in the Viking underworld hell, fertilized with the rotting remains of pagan gods. Consuming its petals transformed those who took it into zombies, granting them the power they needed to overrun the world. To ensure they cannot create a second vessel to travel out of their universe, they need to destroy the original flower, since they are all still connected to the vile blossom. Its destruction will end the Nazis once and for all. We also learn why it is that Dum Dum Dugan was required for this assignment. His counterpart in this universe is also a ranking Nazi officer, so if they disguise him as a zombie, he can get inside and provide them the intelligence they need to get in and finish the job. On the way, however, we soon discover the real source of the zombie plague on this world. Loki! He was the llama who gave away the Death Spore flower, hoping that the zombies would either force Thor to watch helplessly as his favorite world was eaten, or he would intervene and lose Odin's favor for violating his father's decree that none would go back to Midgard. Instead, Odin himself traveled to Earth to investigate. But he was weak, in dire need of the Odin sleep, so instead found himself bitten and infected. And since the blood of Odin flows through all the gods, save for Loki, all of the Norse gods were zombified and joined forces with the Nazis. Naturally, he is not really happy with how things turned out and would happily aid our heroes in their task. The plan succeeds, more or less, except Loki reveals that destroying the flower will not actually cure the virus. Instead, their plan is to use the unexploded American atomic bomb Batman to wipe out the zombies. They are successful, but in the end, a lot of good people had to die to achieve that victory. Also Loki. However, the zombie threat to their universe might not entirely be over, for within a refrigerator that our heroes took cover in was the remains of Captain America, being eaten slowly by the Red Skull. But the final panel is his dead eye opening. But never you mind that, my children, for tomorrow brings us an end to the Marvel Zombie Saga. See you then!